Hello everyone, I am Anuja Shrivastava and I welcome you all in class 8 biology class. Today I will start the next chapter, chapter 2, reproduction in plants and animals. First part. So let's start that first topic because the name of the chapter is reproduction. So it is very necessary to know what is reproduction. So reproduction, it is the process by which all the living organisms are produce offspring like them. That means living organisms produce offspring like them. Now, so what is offspring? I have written one word here. So offspring is their young ones, their babies. And one more thing I have written here, like them. That means it is similar to the parents. That means it is not going that elephant is going to give birth to the rat. So the living organisms produce offspring like them. That is known as the reproduction. And this is very important for the continuation of the life. Because if reproduction stops, if organism is not going to reproduce, then whatever the existing species are there on the earth, they are going to extinct, they are going to dead, and then after what happened, there is no species will be survived. So that the reproduction is very important. Now this reproduction, it is of two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Two types of reproductions are there, asexual and sexual. Generally here A is related to the absence. That means if the reproduction occurs without the forming of the gamete, there is no gamete formation, and the organisms reproduce by their parts of body, that reproduction is known as the asexual reproduction. That means without the formation of gamete. Now, if reproduction, sexual reproduction, that means with the help of male gamete and female gamete, when the fertilization takes place, that reproduction is known as the sexual reproduction. That means here male and female gametes involved. Now, the asexual reproduction. This asexual reproduction, it is furtherly divided into that means asexual reproduction, it occurs in plants and in other organisms. In plants and in other organisms. So how in plants it occurs? So in plants it occurs by spore formation, first is by spore formation, second by fragmentation, and the third one, the vegetative propagation. The vegetative propagation. So this is in the plant, and if we will discuss in the other organisms, that means here binary fission and another one is the bibudding. So this is the roughly flow chart of the reproduction. Now we will study asexual reproduction in the detail. So let's start asexual reproduction in plants. Asexual reproduction in plants, and in this first we will study about spore formation. So how spore formation takes place and what is the spore formation? So spore formation, it occurs in fern, moss, rhizopus. Bread mold, which is also known as the rhizopus. Now what happened here? The structure this like. These structures are known as the hyphae, and on that hyphae these sporangiophores develops and they just form a blob like structure, a balloon like structure. This, and these balloon like structures are known as sporangium. These sporangium, these bulb-like structure contains numerous spores. These round structures which are known as the spores, they are the gametes which helps in the formation of the new plant. When the favorable condition comes, then what happened? The wall of this spore, the wall of this spores ruptures and these spores, they are just going to scattered in the environment. These spores scattered in the environment, and when they get the suitable condition like air, water, humidity, at that time these spores germinate and form new plant. Form new plant. So this is the process of reproduction by the spore formation, and you can see here no fusion of gamete takes place. Now let's see the another fragmentation. Fragmentation, it is just clear from the name, fragment, that means divided into the fragment, and this takes place in the lower group of plant like Spirogyra. This type of reproduction takes place in the lower group of organism. So Spirogyra, it is just this type of structure. I am roughly going to draw over here. They are having strands of 12 Now again here, when the favorable condition comes, what happened? These spirogyra, these breaks from here, maybe it is from anywhere, from here, and each fragment going to form the new spirogyra. So that means the parent body divided into the fragment, this is the parent body, this divided into the fragments, and each fragment forms the new spirogyra. So this is the fragmentation. Now let's start the vegetative propagation, the third part of asexual reproduction in plants. Now first, what is vegetative propagation? So it is generally the multiplication of plants by the parts of the mother plant. Multiplication of plant by its part like root, stem, leaf, etc. That means different parts of plant help in the formation of the new plant. So in this, first we will start with the vegetative propagation by roots. Now, how vegetative propagation by roots? I am roughly going to draw the figure of sweet potato. Now, as you all know that root of sweet potato swell and store the food. This sweet potato, it swells and store the fruit. Now what happened? At the upper part of its, at the part of the here, the leaf like structure slips. These leaf like structure, which is known as the slips. What happened? This arises at the tuberous root and at the base of the stem. It arises at tuberous root and at the stem, at the base of a stem. Now, time being, these slips are detached from the part and it's going to germinate the new plant. That means the vegetative propagation by the roots. Now, the second vegetative propagation, that is by leaves. That means the new plant arises from the leaves. So here this is I am drawing the figure of the bryophyllum leaf. This is the leaf of bryophyllum. Here what happened? The adventitious buds are developed at the notches here. adventitious buds. These are the buds, and these are known as the adventitious buds. Now when these buds are detached, and it is going to form the new plant, and this is called the vegetative propagation by the leaves, and this occurs in the bryophyllum. So the other topic of vegetative propagation, that means the vegetative propagation by the stem, we will study in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you. Watch the video.